Let's look at what's happening with Tesla today. So we are up $1.54. That's 0.75%, closed at 207.30. Post-market, we are basically almost even Steven. We are down by 9 cents. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. So we have a couple of horizontal resistance that we need to look at. Remember 217.65, remember 212.28. And now we have a new one. We have a new one because of what happened on Monday. This is at 204.47. So, this one is making us pausing a little bit. So we closed a little bit lower on Monday, and yesterday and today we are pretty much on the same support line. So, drawing that support line was, I think, a good call because we are doing, we are staying on top of it also today. So let's take a look at the 1 hour chart to try to understand how this happened today. So where's the Friday right here? Okay, so we had the bounce yesterday right here on 204.47 right here. This is where we had the bounce, and this morning we opened a little bit higher and then came pretty much right back down to that bounce. So this is a confirmation of 204.47. So Tesla is not really going down. Yes, it has gone down recently. It has gone down recently because of the earnings call, but then it's stabilizing quite well. We are still into a downward channel, so it's not the time to buy yet, unless you want to buy on support. If you want to buy on support, this is a little bit riskier. So you can do this and hope that we are indeed going to bounce. But if you are following the trend, well, so far the trend is going down. So buying for trend followers will happen when we break this downward resistance, and then when we are going to break the potential congestion zone that we might end up into. So this would mean a buy at 222. And if we start going lower than 204.47, then this is going to give us even more reason to think that we are going to go lower. So yeah, above 222.09 or 222 and below 204.47. And if we take a look at our indicators, they are all in the tank. So, this would all make sense. So also, we have this big downward channel. Let's not forget, if we zoom out a little bit, we have this big downward channel that we are in. So if we break this 204, we need to be conscious that, we could be bouncing on this downward channel support. So it means that it could not be the best short in the world, because there's not much room right here between 204.47 and, depending on where we are going to reach this downward support, we could be talking about 180 or something like this. So this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what we are dealt with. For sure, it's not the time to buy. So at least that part is super clear. Maybe a little bit of a short, and when you try to short for something that's quite small like this, a small little move, then you can switch on the 1 hour chart to give you a better entry and exit, because you are going to exit sooner and enter sooner. So this is a little bit of a trick right here. Let's take a look at the VIX to see how the VIX fared today. So the VIX is still quite high. We are above 2078. We are still into our bullish channel. So we closed up 2.85%. So the fear in the stock market is going higher. So it would be a little bit of a surprise if things started to go higher in terms of the stock market. The bonds, they are basically into this congestion zone. This is just going sideways. So this is nothing new information, nothing new in terms of the information right here. US dollar, the same thing. We are still in our congestion zone going sideways, so nothing to see here. Let's take a look at some of our EV stocks. So Rivian is continuing down, almost 1% down, still into its downward channel. We should let it fall. Xpeng started, it's starting to want to do something. Just saying. This is the congestion zone that we are in, and we opened at 1520, went as high as 1548, just short of 1557, our 1557 right here. Went just short of it, but we are seeing maybe this is not going to lead to something, but we are making higher lows, so the price that people pay for a Rivian stock is climbing and climbing and climbing, basically. So maybe we are going to have a move up eventually. We would need to have the VIX come down, and we would need to, it might not be a buy signal if we break above 1557 yet, because we need stochastic over 60. We need a bunch of things. But we could be moving outside of this congestion zone maybe eventually. NEO down 2.49%. Okay, so still in its downward channel. Let me look at Apple. So Apple, a little bit of an update today, but we have broken 170.58. So, after we have a break, it's possible that we retest it before going lower. So we should always have this in mind. So this is basically an insignificant move today, because the move yesterday was so big that the move today is not making us go back above 170.58. ARMS, we see the slope. We see the downward slope on ARM. We are down 2% today. And I think we could have enough information in order to draw this channel right here. There's always a channel. If you have a resistance line, you can do the support line. If you have the support line, you can do the resistance line. So basically, this is what this is doing. So this should be zigzagging within the bearish channel. Palantir, okay. So Palantir looks like it does not want to stay within the bullish channel. And stochastic is quite low right now. Stochastic is at 6. So I think have we broken $15 here? No. Okay, so we could give it one last chance. There's a support right here at 15. We could give it one last chance to hold. So if it stays above 15, it could stay above 15. If it breaks 15, then the next step would be 13.54. So we'll see what happens next week. Let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is bouncing on 397.59. So doing pretty much the same thing as Tesla is doing. So maybe this move lower than 406 was testing the sellers to see if sellers would be coming in and maybe getting some stocks for cheap. We'll see. We'll see if it goes up a little bit more this week. We are up 0.43%. Let's look at our indices. Oh boy. Okay. Indices are just going down. We are 1.12% down. SPX moved down also. So we are right now at 4,100 for SPX. So things are climbing down. Things are going down. Let me just correct this line right here. This one should be green. NASDAQ 100 tried to get back into the bullish channel. You see it? Tried to get back into it, but then it closed just below it. This is up 0.46%, but pattern-wise, this is still not good. Okay, look at this. Gold. Gold is climbing higher and higher, so we have just broken 1541. So gold, it was time to buy gold after it broke 1508. It stayed pretty well, and now it's going even higher. So gold, still time. Put a stop loss below 1541 in case it just comes back down, but gold is looking quite good. Silver, let's hope that silver does something. Okay, silver is coming around a little bit. It's coming around, you know, it's still under its bearish channel. You know, it stopped right smack on it today. So this is validating our lines. Our lines are good. So this one, again, I would wait for $8 to have a move up before, well, you can buy before. You can buy anytime you want. You can buy anytime you want. You can buy anything, anytime you want. This is not financial advice, blah, blah, blah. What I'm telling you is, well, in order to increase your chances of success, there are some things that we like to have as criteria instead of just saying, well, okay, I'm going to buy now. Stochastic over 60 is one of those things. Breaking a downward resistance is another one. We don't have that one. Breaking a horizontal resistance, we don't have that one either. So, you know, not all of the not all of our criteria are there. So just keep that in mind. Bitcoin down 1%. So after the big move, we are having a little bit of a pullback. Nothing to worry about. You know, I would not even worry even if we would come down to 31,600 approximately. You know, if it bounces on this, it's still on above this support, so it's perfectly fine that it does that. And Ripple going sideways, down 1.5%. This one is weakening a little bit, so maybe, well, it did not want to stay into our bullish channel right here too long. So this channel is officially over. So we are going to have to look at other channels to understand what it is doing. The first one that jumps to mind is right here. Right there. So I think this looks pretty good. I think this looks pretty good. It's in parallel with the others, and you know, there's no random move in the stock market. We see that everything fits, you know, everything fits, everything is parallel with everything. Well, not everything is parallel to everything, but when you are drawing channels, you have at least two lines that are parallel with each other, and sometimes a stock will be weaker and will do another channel underneath the current one with the same slope, or it can do another one above with the same slope. So this is what we are having right here. So it might not have been ready to go back again. So maybe, I don't know, and nobody knows, maybe we are going to have a little bit of a pull down right here. So that's it for today. So you can join me every single day. I do these videos, and also during the weekend, if you are a member, we are doing a Tesla Weekly Live where I interact with you guys, so you can ask questions and comments, and we can look at the same stocks, but from a weekly technical analysis perspective to see the longer term what it is going to happen with our stocks. So if we look at the weekly chart, like I'm giving you a preview right here. So weekly chart, you know, there's less noise on the weekly chart. We see a little bit more the bigger moves, and this can help us try to understand what is going to happen for the following week. So have a great have a great weekend. We are going to talk on Monday, in case unless you become a member, in which case we are going to also talk on Sunday. So have a great weekend, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.